Now, a lot of you at home, the first thing you do when you buy your old muscle car is swap out the exhaust manifolds for a set of headers. Well, why? Well, these are factory exhaust manifolds, and as you can see, they're pretty ugly. They're hard to keep looking nice because they are cast iron. And if you want to raise the cool factor a little bit, you can go with a set of these shorty headers. They're pretty easy to install and they're not really expensive. You can just bolt them right in the place of your factory manifolds, and typically the rest of your exhaust system will connect right here to the collector, so you don't have to modify that. But if you want to really raise the cool factor, you need to go with a set of long tube headers like these. These are actually ceramic coated, and a set like this isn't cheap. They're a lot more difficult to install because of the sheer size, and also because of the new location of the collector. You have to modify the rest of your exhaust system to fit them. Well, not only do they look cool and sound cool, but they're also going to make more power. But a lot of you at home might not know why.
On a factory-style exhaust manifold, the passageways are typically a rudimentary design and are simply there to provide a route for the exhaust gases to exit toward the tailpipe. The problem with this is that due to the timing of the exhaust pulses, the collector on the manifold can form a bottleneck and make it more difficult for your engine to push exhaust gases through the system, especially when you've made modifications to the engine.
A good set of headers are designed around the timing of the pulses. Not only are the primary tubes much larger, but each tube is calibrated with the firing order of the engine accounted for. They allow the pulses to pass through the collector without creating a bottleneck, and can even provide the added benefit of a small scavaging effect, which pulls the succeeding pulse through the system after it. Together, these differences free up the exhaust flow, which frees up more power. What's great about that scavaging effect is that it not only applies to the long tube headers, but it also applies to these shorties. It's just a little more pronounced on the long tubes. Now, typical primary tube diameter is going to range between about 1.75 inches and 2 inches, and that's on your out-of-the-box headers. But if you need something bigger than that, you can step up to a set of racing headers like these. These actually have 2 3/8 inch primary tubes, and these are what you call a stepped header, and they step all the way up to 2.5 inches. And this collector is 4.5 inches, way bigger than most of us need on our street cars. But if you need them, make them that big.